Hello, I'm Stan Hall. Welcome to this edition of Gwinnett Sports Commission's Get in the Game. For everyone who loves baseball, and the Braves in particular, you know how proud we are to call the Gwinnett Stripers our own. The Gwinnett Stripers are the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, and they play all of their home games at Gwinnett County's very own Coolray Field. Joining us today to talk about the exciting season the Stripers are having is Adam English, Vice President and General Manager of the Gwinnett Stripers. Adam, welcome to the show and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Stan. Glad to be here.
For people who are baseball fans, they know this, but the Stripers are having a phenomenal season.
Unreal.
Tell us a little bit where you are now.
Well, as far as wins and losses go, we have the best record in the International League. We're 20 games over 500 and in first place in our division. Our division, obviously, if we have the best record. We set the single season home run record for the Stripers in June.
Dating all the way back to Richmond, I believe, right? Wow.
And for the AAA affiliate of the Braves, we set the home run record for the season in June.
Wow.
And I mean, they're playing great baseball. It's fun to watch.
Adam, this is a question that I've asked before when we talk about the Stripers. How difficult is it to maintain that winning record when you have players that are just constantly moving back and forth to the big team? So
I mean, I think it's a credit to two things, really. One, it's a credit to our coaching staff, Damon Berryhill, Mike Maroth, Bobby Magianis, Einer Diaz. I think they cultivate a really good culture of guys that really want to not only get better, but also win ball games. And I think we've seen across baseball that if you win at the minor league levels, it translates to the major league level. And you're seeing the Braves, play some great baseball right now as well. And we have one of the most talented farm systems in all of baseball. But really, so that's one side of it. But also, you deal with that on the AAA side. Guys going up, you want to see those guys go up, but they have the mentality of kind of next man up, and they're playing hard.
Well, I think that Major League Baseball does rate the Braves farm team, as you said, one of the best in the system, and you're seeing that every day with the players that are here. So.
Every day, and I mean, even the players that leave, the players we get from AA, a lot of times are, they're very talented as well.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see.
So the Braves are a little bit unique in the fact that they still own their farm teams.
They are.
How is that different than what other people do as far as the professional teams are concerned?
Well, it's a couple of different things. One, I think that we have some of the resources for our team and our players that other minor league baseball teams don't have.
Right.
We have a state-of-the-art film room, so players can really dive into the analytics of everything. And really, I think there's a synergy there with all of the affiliates with the same goal in mind, which is to get people in the ballpark to watch these players, but also to really see the players develop.
You talk a little bit about analytics, and that's a big topic in baseball right now. So you've been around baseball a long time.
Yeah.
How do you fit into your philosophy of baseball analytics versus the old school, just doing it the way it's always been done?
There certainly is something to be said for it. I'm probably in the middle somewhere. The analytics help. I think I've also seen players that dive too deep into the analytics can kind of get in their own head. There is something to be said for just see ball, hit ball. But the analytics, from a positioning of players in the field to studying a pitcher, their habits, you can see it a lot of times from the AAA level to the Major League level. A guy like Austin Riley, for example.
Right.
He goes up and he's setting the world on fire. One of the adjustments he has to make is that all these guys on the Major League level have all of this tape on him, and they can see, they can study, and they can say, okay, we need to pitch him differently. So he's got to make an adjustment, and the analytics help with that.
And he's going through that now. In the big team. So Adam, let's talk a little bit about you a little bit.
Sure.
This is your first year with the Stripers.
It is.
As we said, though, you've been around baseball a while. Tell us a bit about your past.
So I grew up playing baseball. I played baseball in college at a Division III school in Lexington, Kentucky called Transylvania University. And I've been in baseball since I graduated. I did an internship my senior year. And that kind of opened my eyes to the business side of the sport, which is on the minor league level that's the focus. I don't have anything to do with players going up and down and trades and all the stuff, all the excitement, the trade deadlines in a couple days.
A couple of days.
And so I don't have anything to do with that. I focus all my efforts on creating the best ballpark experience, the best customer service experience, and making the ballpark as much fun as we can make it. And so I started in Lexington, Kentucky with the single A affiliate, the Lexington Legends there. And then my first full-time job was with Ripken Baseball, Cal Ripken Jr.'s organization. At the time, they owned 2 teams. They bought a 3rd team while I was with them, and I was with them for 5 years between 2 of their teams. And then prior to coming here, I was with the AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, the Sacramento River Cats, out in California, and before getting the opportunity here. So I've been in baseball. This is my 15th season, and I've loved being around the game every minute of it.
Is it any different as far as what you did last year versus being here in the South with the Stripers? Do you see any differences?
Oh, definitely. And so my previous position, I oversaw sales and service for the River Cats.
Right.
And so, being the general manager, there's some additional responsibilities. So it's definitely different. People are friendlier in the South.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. And so, and growing up in Lexington, Kentucky, I love being back in the South. My wife, I have a 2-year-old son. We're now 5.5 hours away from home,
there you go.
as opposed to being a 5-hour flight away from home. So it's been great being back in the South.
So let's talk about some of those experiences you're talking about. Minor league baseball is known for obviously great baseball games, but all of those things that are taking place in the stadium between innings and before the game, et cetera, et cetera. Tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing to make a real experience for our fans here.
Well, the biggest thing we've seen over the past month is we actually had one of our in-between inning promotions go viral. And so the Braves have Beat the Freeze, where, the person gets a 5 or 10 second head start. And then, they have a world-class, track athlete who's chasing him down. Well, we have Beat the Fridge. And so we have a young man on our team who's 6'2", about 300 pounds, and you wouldn't know what to look at him, but man, can he run!
Really?
And so we give him a 5-second head start, and he kind of lumbers out, and then the person comes up and catches him and gets a little in front of him, and then man, he kicks it. And so we actually the Stripers, we had the most video views across social media in all of minor league baseball, 160 teams, overwhelmingly for the month of June. And it's because Beat the Fridge went viral.
That's pretty funny there.
And so, our fans love it. It's always great. Sometimes he loses, sometimes he wins. But, man, it's always entertaining. And then from there, we just look at all of the portions of the game. We want our fans to have a great time. We want them to be engaged. We try to do unique things and really embrace our fish. We have these little boats that people can race around the bases in. And we want it to be family-friendly fun is what we are.
Yeah.
And so if we can make the game fun for kids, kind of breed a next generation of baseball fans, and I think that's what the focus of minor league baseball is.
Well, so this is the second year of the rebranding for the Stripers, who were the Gwinnett Braves.
Yes.
And I know going into the second year, you guys have really made some strides in getting that brand out there.
We have.
Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. I think that one of my favorite things about our logo is our green. You can see in professional franchises, the Seattle Seahawks have that kind of electric green that they highlight, and we've really we've tried to do some unique things with our marketing that really make us a little younger, a little cooler, a little more interesting. And we've really focused our marketing efforts on Gwinnett County and the surrounding counties, where we really draw our fans from. And we've seen great success from it. We have more fans in the ballpark this year. We have, our merchandise sales are great. Our social media, we're one of the leaders in minor league baseball in growing our followers. And I think that starts with our logo. It starts with fans saying, hey, that's cool. I want to see that. And I'm excited for next year because we're going to introduce a couple of new things. I can't tell you what they are yet, but I know that they're going to be well received.
Well, I think I just read recently that the Stripers merchandise had really jumped up to where it was categorized in the top as far as the minor league baseball is concerned.
We are. So top 25 in minor league baseball. And in the second year of a rebrand, we actually have a shot to, to actually, typically when you rebrand, you see this huge spike in merchandise sales because no one's got any of your stuff.
Right.
And in the second year, we have a chance to match the total that we had last year, which is fantastic. And really, it's a credit to the fans of baseball in and around this area that are embracing some of the things we're doing.
Exactly. And you mentioned attendance. Attendance is up this year. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. We've been able to do some unique things and get some more people to the ballpark. And I think, honestly, it's a credit to our people. I think that the best ambassadors for your brand are the people who are in your organization. And I've really empowered them to get out in the community and be good ambassadors. And we're trending right now to be between 5 to 8% up year over year in attendance. which is fantastic in a first year. And I'm excited for the future. I think that if we continue to focus on fans, focus on fan experience, and make the game fun, then more and more people are going to come to the ballpark.
You know, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but as long as I've been going to the Stripers game, which is since they've been here, the one thing that's always remained constant is the people that you have that work there at the ballpark that greet the. How important is your people who work the aisles and things
Absolutely.
like that?
I mean, they're the front line. You know, they're the first impression. I always consider the fan experience at a baseball game to be from when you leave your house to when you get home, right? And so, what do we have control over? Right? We don't make contact with you until you pull in the parking lot.
That's right.
So we have. I really want our parking staff to be friendly, and a lot of times. Everyone who lives in Atlanta knows traffic can be tough.
It can be tough.
So sometimes you can be a little frustrated when you're pulling in the ballpark. So to see a big friendly face and a smile and the same people in the same places goes a long way. You know, Ron, who works our VIP lot, I look forward every time I pull in the ballpark to seeing his smiling face
Always in a good mood.
chatting with him for a few minutes before I get into the ballpark. And our fans feel the same way. And then once you get to the front gates, I mean, we have routinely one of the first things that people told me when I moved here, because everywhere I'd go in the community, I'd say, "Oh, hey, have you been to a Stripers game? What's your favorite thing?" And overwhelmingly, they say the people. The experience that you get from our ushers, from our field staff, to everybody in the ballpark, our concession staff as well. And I know we're going to talk about food here shortly, but having those people, and if you're a season ticket member, you know, being able to say, "Hey, you know, John's my usher," right? And he's always at the top of my section. I can see him. It really becomes your summer family, especially if you're coming to 70 ball games. You know, the people who sit around you and the staff that's at the ballpark are the ones that make you feel welcome and can add to the experience.
Absolutely, and even I think the condition of the field and when that stadium was being built, I had the opportunity to travel and look at some other stadiums from a comparative standpoint about what we wanted here. And we saw some great examples, and we saw some not. Our stadium, since the day it opened, it's always clean, it's always pristine. How do you keep that level of just excellence up as far as the field
I mean,
goes?
again, all the credit goes to our people, right? I mean, from Ryan Stoltenberg, who's our director of operations, to Gary Hoopa and Rick Foltz, and all of our cleaning staff.
Right.
I mean, there is a commitment to making it a first-class facility. One of the things, I mean, I was right with you. The first time I saw this ballpark, I walked in, I said, "How is this 10 years old?"
That's right.
And so, I mean, we have a great ballpark. It's a great facility. You can't get far enough away from the field to have a bad seat.
Exactly.
And really, it's a credit to our team that, you know, and again, it's the Braves organization, right? There's a pride in saying, we're going to not only invest in our players, but we're going to invest in the facility and give back. And the county's done a great job of continuing to maintain this facility as well. And it's a joint effort. I mean, we did two major renovations that were funded by the Braves this year. You know, a significant renovation in our home plate club. You know, revitalizing that area, and then in our slow pour tap room as well, slow pour brewing tap room. We have a great partnership with Lawrenceville's first craft brewery.
There you go.
And it really is a great. We put a 15-foot by 8-foot garage door in there to open that space up and bring it out to the concourse and make it a social space in the ballpark. And I know we're committed to continuing to do that as well.
Absolutely. Adam, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about food because that's important at any baseball game.
Every game, yeah.
Absolutely. We're talking today with Adam English, the VP and GM of the Gwinnett Stripers. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Welcome back to the show. We're talking today with Adam English, who is the VP and the General Manager for the Gwinnett Stripers. Adam, we've talked about a lot of things involving the Stripers and the stadium. One thing we need to talk about, though, is food. We've become a food community, a food society, and there's nothing more important than going to a baseball game than having good food to eat while you're watching the game.
Absolutely.
How have you guys upped your game this year a little bit as far as the food experience goes?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, we have a great partner in professional sports catering. We have a brand new executive chef named Fabian Torres this year. And he's been fantastic. And so about the beginning of June, I challenged him as well as the PSC team to come up with some unique items that we could call, Cool Ray's own. And so they came up with 5 different specialty hamburgers. And again, for me, part of the fan experience, I know every baseball game I've gone to, as I'm driving to the game, I'm like, all right, cool, I've got my tickets. I'm going to get in the gates. I'm going to go straight and get this food item.
That's right.
And this ice cold beverage of my choice, and then I'll settle into my seats and we're ready for a ball game. I mean, food and hot dog, ice cold soda, ice cold beer, and baseball go together. And so I think that it's important to have unique items. And so these specialty burgers, I mean, there's a Hawaiian burger, there where you have half-pound patties, you have a slice of pineapple on top. The Southern burger's probably been one of the most popular. It's so you got if you like meat, you're gonna love this. So you've got a half-pound burger, you've got pulled pork on top of it, and then you've got some mango coleslaw on top of that. And then really to start the year, we came up with a unique food item that we sell out of our Slowport Brewing tap room called we call it the Codfather. So it's a big, huge fish sandwich that's got French fries on the sandwich, coleslaw on top of that, served open face. And again, the thing for me is we really tried to get things that tie to local as well. So we're serving peach cobbler. We have a barbecue sauce that Fabian Torres, our executive chef, created. That's peach infused. And so I want to continue to expand what we can do to not only create unique food items, but have them be local here to Gwinnett County and to Georgia specifically, so that people can say, hey, I want to try that at the ballpark.
Well, and you talked about the tap room, how that sort of opened up that venue inside the stadium to the rest of the stadium.
Absolutely.
And that's a partnership and a sponsorship you have.
Yes.
With another company who's using the stadium as their business front.
Yes. So Slowport Brewing is a fantastic local brewery. It's the first craft brewery in Lawrenceville, as I mentioned earlier. So they have 3 main beers that are on tap, and then the thing that I love about them, about our partnership with them, is they rotate all the other taps. So you always have new things to try in there, and it's all local, all right down the road here in Lawrenceville. And it's a great partnership. I mean, it's been great both ways, and they're really committed to growing their footprint, like you've seen some of the other breweries in the area that have done. So, they're fantastic partners, and we're proud to partner with local people.
Well, and that's just an example of how important sponsorships and partnerships are as far as professional baseball goes and that facility goes. Talk about how, if people are interested in becoming more involved with the Stripers team from a sponsorship perspective, how do they go about that?
Well, I mean, obviously, we have a great team in-house that works with that, and there isn't a cookie-cutter way.
Right.
And so, really, the first question we ask is what are your goals? We have 200,000 people plus coming to the ballpark between all of our other events as well as baseball games. A fixated audience, and we really want to know, what's your goal as a partnership? What do you want out of a partnership with the Stripers? And then let's build that together. Yeah. Partnership in the true sense of the word. And so, for some that's dominant branding. For some, that's an activation that drives our fans back to their location. And we've seen great success. Actually, one of the greatest things that we've done this year is we created a family pack on all of our Friday night games. People come out, they get their tickets. They get 4 of our hot dog, chips, and a drink vouchers. They get 4 coupons to go to McDonald's and get a little sweet treat. Yep. And then they get to watch fireworks on the field after the game, because we have fireworks every Friday night. All of that, $68 for 4. So, I mean, it's a great deal for a family. That's a great deal. And that's been a great driver back to our partner at McDonald's. And we want to continue to do things that are beneficial for the community, for the fans, as well as for our partners.
And if there are people who are watching the show today who have an interest in that, they can go to the website and find out.
They can. They can go to the website. They can call our main line. They can be prompted if they're interested in sponsorships, and we'd be happy to start that conversation.
What is the website?
It's GoStripers.com.
Of course it is, GoStripers.com. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So, Adam, let's talk a little bit about not only baseball, but that facility is such a great venue for our county and, as you said, surrounding areas. There's opportunities there for people to do things other than just a baseball game.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, what's some examples of things you guys do up there?
So, the first example I'll give you is baseball, but it was a great event for us, and we hosted the state championship with
high school.
Yes, with the high school, Georgia High School Athletic Association. And so we got to watch Loganville right down the road win the state championship, and we had a great crowd out here. Something I'm very excited about coming up August 23rd. We're playing football in a baseball stadium, and so the Corky Kell Classic, 2 games are going to be held August 23rd. And I've said it a bunch, but we're gonna remind these kids what it's like if they get drafted in the future by by Oakland if they get drafted the next year. But the
little old school feel there, right?
Yeah, so they're gonna be playing on the infield dirt.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great event. I mean, if the baseball championship's any indication, we're gonna have a great crowd out there for that. And then outside of that, I mean, we have the Bassmasters Classic in our parking lot. We have the Sip and Swine every year with a huge barbecue event. And then we host 5Ks. Companies can rent out our home plate club for holiday parties. People can rent the field, come out and do a corporate batting practice or a softball game. We've had kickball. We've had all kinds of stuff. So it really is a multi-use facility and one that we're really, I'm excited to continue to grow what we can do out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, if people are interested in that, also information on the website is available at GoStripers.com for that too.
That's right.
So Adam, just in wrapping up here, since coming to Gwinnett, a place that you probably were not familiar with at all, I wouldn't think, what's some of the most interesting things you found here in Gwinnett that you enjoy?
I mean, the first is just the people. I mean, being back in the South, everyone's so welcoming. I mean, the Lake Lanier is awesome. One of the reasons that we actually went lidless and strawless at the ballpark this year, don't worry, I have a 2-year-old. If you ask for a lid or a straw, we'll give it to you. But but the it being so close to such an important body of water, we thought it was important that we decrease our environmental footprint.
Absolutely.
As well as, I mean, the lake's unbelievable. But just there's great golf courses. There's great people. There's so much fun stuff for a 2-year-old to get into as well. And it's just such a unique community because this county is so large, made up of 16 different cities, but each one has its own unique pride and its own unique things to do, and the town centers and all of the stuff for families. I mean, it's an unbelievable place to raise a family.
It's a great baseball county.
It is a great baseball county. The high school sports here, I wasn't here for football season, so I'm excited to see some of that famous Gwinnett County football.
You're going to see it up close and personal at the Corky Kell Classic.
That's right.
Obviously, the most important question of the day is if people are interested in coming to a Stripers game, can they buy tickets online? Do they have to go in person? How does it happen?
You can buy tickets online, GoStripers.com. You can also buy tickets at the ticket office, and any way you want to come. Get on there, come on out to the ballpark. You're going to have a great time, and I hope to see you out there.
Absolutely. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, Stan.
Go
Thanks for
Stripers.
having me. Go Stripers.
That's all the time we have today. If you'd like to know more about the Gwinnett Sports Commission or upcoming sporting events in our area, visit our website at GwinnettSportsCommission.com. Thanks for being with us. I'm Stan Hall. See you next time on Getting the Game. Goodbye.